What's up, ladies and gentlemen, Spade, and welcome to July's monthly discussion. It is currently August 6th, and the time right now is 3:21 p.m. And I'm only now finally getting the chance to do this because there's no background noise. Although we have been in a heat wave for like a week and a half now, I want to say, and it's still going strong. And it is really annoying. I really do hate the heat. But regardless, I didn't do a whole lot of stuff throughout July, to be honest. I ended up going on a trip around the bay this month, but not so much of a trip you can call it when you're asleep for like 70% of it. Yeah, I don't know if you can call it much of a trip, but it was a trip around the bay nonetheless. Went out and boat, pretty much just watching someone fish. So we went out fishing for a bit. That was during the last day, out there at least. We only had there for like, 3 days, I think. And that was like one of the last things we did out there. Also, the last day I was out there, I ended up going to the convenience store slash drugstore that's out there. For some reason, a lot of people seem to not believe a convenience store and a drugstore can be one. For some reason. At least here in this city. For some reason. But that was the case for this store at least. But sadly, that store is now officially shut down and closed forever. Which is definitely a massive inconvenience for anyone out there. Because it is literally like a 45 to an hour drive to the next one. So that's a big inconvenience now. I ended up visiting the store pretty much under a week before it would close forever. This is pretty much my main reason for going out though. I did get some pictures of it at least. I asked if I could do it and I could. As long as I don't post any of it at least. Yes, maybe eventually I'll post some of it on Instagram or something, who knows. Regardless, did that. Got a few souvenirs from that. To at least remember it. I didn't go to that store too much growing up. A handful of times. At the most, I want to say maybe 15 times. Roughly. So I didn't go there too much. But still saying that it's closed now. And that you can never go back to it. So I had to at least see it one more time. And on day 1 of the trip, ended up going to that town that's literally 45 minutes away from that general area of around the bay. So I did some shopping out that way. One of the stores I wanted to go to wasn't open that day, sadly. But I did at least get a few pickups. For solos, for DVDs, we got Strange World, which is apparently a Disney movie. I only got it because I've never heard of it. Apparently my younger sister never heard of it either. We almost ended up picking it up because I never heard of it. And I knew I wouldn't remember the name of it by the time I got back to the city. So I picked it up. I'll probably try and watch it at some point. Same can be said for these next two DVDs. Season 1 and 2 of Star Wars Rebels. I've always kind of had my eye on these DVDs when they first came out. But I'm pretty much a big Star Wars hater with barely knowing anything about it. I do want to try to get into Star Wars desperately. The Lego Star Wars games are the only good thing, I think, from Star Wars, to be honest. At least that's what I first truly liked growing up. But even then, I didn't really play much of that. Because I mainly played my cousin's game of that. So yeah, anyway. I saw a few episodes of Star Wars Rebels growing up. Only because there was nothing on TV and I was bored. I don't know, I feel like just finally trying to give that show a shot. My history with Star Wars is a long story I'm not gonna get into. I did at least watch one of the movies growing up and half of another. Again, it's a long story. I won't go into it. And then as for other pickups around the bay, finally picked up a used copy of Splatoon 2. I also started playing that game throughout July. I need to get back to it. Oddly enough, I'm liking the online more than the single player, which really surprises me. I do have some recordings for the online for that game. Just haven't bothered posting any of it yet. Mainly because I have to retitle the videos. Whenever the hell I get around to that. Also end up getting Wild Arms 3. I don't really have any interest in Wild Arms. But it was for a good price, so I figured why not. It's a JRPG, so chances are I'm going to like it. I just never really had any interest in it. So I guess Wild Arms 3 will be my introduction to the series. If I like it, maybe I'll get some of the other games. Eventually, who knows. Hell, it'll probably take me half a decade or more just to get around to playing it. Who knows. I'll end up getting God of War collection for the PS3. So yeah, the first two God of War games. Again, it was for a decent price, so I picked it up. Since my curiosity's been piqued a little bit over the past handful of years now. Even though I have no interest in it, just really checking it out. And one night while I was bored, I did check out the first game. A little. It's safe to say I'm terrible at it. At some point, I'll have to try to give it a true try at trying to play the game to see whether or not I actually will like it or not. Who knows? Yeah, let's check that one out as well, the first one, at least. I think I only tried it for like 40 minutes, maybe. And the last pickup around the bay, game-wise, was Blade Storm, The 100 Years War. I also tried this game out as well, because I was just really curious about it. I might have heard about it once, in a video maybe. Not so. I don't know, I've tried. I'm definitely interested in it, but it's definitely difficult. So it's definitely one of those games that's going to take a long while for me just to truly learn how to play it, more than anything. It's not quite what I thought it was gonna be, but I'm definitely interested to learn more about it, if anything. The last pickup was a Jumbo Bakugan, the Pyrus Drago one. At least I think that's Drago. Because I picked that one up because it was on clearance at Walmart over there for half off. So I figured I'd get it just to see what it's like. As for pickups over here in the city, ended up getting Persona 5 Volume 1 for the manga. Don't know if I'll ever get around to attempting to read it, because I've had the first, like, what, 4 or so volumes for Persona 4's manga for like a decade now, and I've only got through the first half of the first book, for the first volume, for that. And there's another manga that I have some volumes for that I basically never even read. And I've had that for even longer than a decade. So who knows if I'll ever get around to it. I got it because I saw it in a bookstore. Same can be said for Persona 4 Arena Volume 1. Because it's Persona 4, I figured I'd get it. I haven't seen a Persona 4 manga in a store in ages now, so I figured I'd just grab it. I'll be interested to at least check out if I ever get around to it. I got both of it for the hell of it, if anything. Hopefully I'll check it out at some point. As far as online orders go, yeah, we have a lot of pickups this month. Technically, I ordered all of this on August 1st, but whatever. We got Beyblade X Kill Sock. 2 of those are on its way. Xenoverse Champions Battle for the Switch is also on its way. Tokyo Assassins FE Excore, how the fuck you say it? That's also on the way. I figured I'd get these 2 games while I can before the Switch's lifetime ends, and before these games become incredibly hard to get and expensive. Tokyo Assassins is expensive as is already, so I figured I'd pull the trigger now while I can, since it's literally the only game that came out for the Nintendo Wii that I had interest in getting. If that says why I want to get this game, it's the only Wii U game I ever actually want to play. And the fact that it came over to the Switch means I definitely want to get it. Also on the way, The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. I cannot speak at all today, apparently. The Legends of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak Deluxe Edition. End up getting the Switch version. That's will actually be here in a few days, along with the next few items. Because I also am getting 2 of Beyblade X Jonzo and Beyblade X Jonzo. Pretty much the orange one and the blue one I'm getting 2 copies of. So yeah. Eventually I may try to get the green one, which is apparently a thing. So yeah, all of those are on its way. I also picked up, at least 2 days ago I believe, could have been yesterday for all I know, but I ended up picking up 2 Phoenix Wings, 2 of those Beyblades from Beyblade X. I'm not sure if these are this month as well or not. I genuinely don't remember. They could have been. But the first 4 Beyblades for Beyblade X, that could have been really early in July, I'm not sure. Really early this month, I'm not sure. All I know it probably was. Anyway, those are all the pickups. And the pickups rant is long enough. So moving on. As for background noise, the usual stuff I turned on for background noise. Started turning on Buddy Fight for background noise. And for a little bit of a reminder of sorts. There's another source I'll tell you as background noise way a reminder as well, but I already forget what that was. Regardless, games I end up playing this month. Made more progress in Persona 3 Reload, finally. We are now at least finished with the second block of Tartarus Don't know how many videos I have for this game. I'm assuming 17 or 20, somewhere around there. The first 10 are already uploaded. Not gonna bother posting any of that until probably the entire playthrough is finished. That way I can guarantee consistency for that playthrough at least. Made some more progress in Persona 5 Royal. How far are we into that now? Well, we saw Futama for the first time, spying on us. If that says how far we are, that's the closest thing I can think of to say how far we are. I hope to finish Futama's dungeon throughout August at least, and the third block of toddlers throughout August as well. Hopefully. Don't know if it'll happen though. Here's hoping. Other than that, like I said, try God of War 1 for a little bit. Try Blade Storm for a little bit. Played Splatoon for a good handful of hours. Beyond that, I finally started trying Bully, but technically that was in August. Currently I'm nearing the end of chapter 3, and honestly, I'm liking this game a lot more than I ever thought I would. I only tried it because I was bored one night and the game was on my mind. I'm playing through the original on PlayStation 3, the PS2 version. The music in this game is fucking great. I can definitely see why a lot of people really like this game now. I was the biggest hater on this game, despite knowing basically nothing about it for many long years. I always kept hearing about it, had no interest in it or checking it out. Safe to say once again, I'm wrong for not checking out something that's popular and actually good. The only things I knew about Bully going into it were it takes place at a boarding school and it's like GTA. That's it. And that you probably went to class. Yeah, that's basically all I knew. I was very surprised that you can eventually explore the outer town outside of the boarding school. I thought the game would take place in the school alone, on campus or something, and that would be it. That's not the case. So that's surprising. Oh, well, I think that's roughly it. Other than that, I went to, what the hell is it called again? I'm not even sure. Went to on the last day of July, which is the main reason why I didn't do this one for discussing earlier. Because I actually want to talk about this. Ended up going to Beyond Van Gogh. Beyond Van Gogh. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So I ended up going to that event. Apparently it's a worldwide traveling thing. Apparently. So yeah. Figured I'd try to go to this thing. Since I'm always sick of missing out on any and everything. So I went to that. It was alright overall. Not what I expected. I expected like a tunnel of 3D images or whatever. That's not what it was. If you haven't been to it, I just won't spoil any of it. But yeah, I went to that. Got some souvenirs from that. A hat, 2 mugs, 2 swords, and a magnet. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff from that as well. Regardless, I think that's everything. That's about everything I did this month. Not too much overall. Anyway, I guess that's it. So until next time, stay golden.